So, tell me a little bit more about what you're looking for. I see here that you're looking for a scheduling program.
hmm
Okay.
And the clinicians would really like if they can download their old schedule into the system. So we were previously using Schedule View, and the entire system just went down. So it'd be really helpful if they could get, everything that's already been scheduled into the system. Um, a mobile app is great. That can
So,
also be
so when you say they want to be able to download the schedule into the system, what exactly do you mean by that?
just like all the patients that they have scheduled, while they don't have an actual scheduling program, they can transfer that over into uh, this scheduling.
Okay. And if that's not an option, is that okay?
Yeah, yeah. It'll be tough news for them, but
Sure. Okay. So are you the individual that creates the schedule now?
I am not. We have an office manager who does that.
Okay. And do you happen to know um, how she's creating the schedules now? How often? For how many employees?
So we have 5 clinicians, and she is doing it daily. They each have multiple patients a day, and right now, like I said, we were previously using Schedule View, um, and now they're just putting it on a document and sending it over daily um, for the clinicians to look over.
Okay. And do you know how she's creating their schedules? Is it based off of patients? Is it based off of times or shifts throughout the day?
Uh, yeah, so they have time slots that they work, and just like a normal appointment, saying what they have available and then putting a patient in there.
Okay. So I'm just trying to better understand how she's going in there and creating the schedules. So if I'm a clinician and
Mhm.
I have 5 patients tomorrow, is the office manager going in and saying, okay, this clinician is going to work from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow? Is that how she's
Well,
doing it, or?
yeah, yeah, and then also the clinicians have access to the schedule, so they're keeping up with it as well.
Okay. So from your best knowledge, what are the top few items that you need this scheduling system to accomplish for you?
Um, Access for everyone to see it, and downloadable on their mobile devices. Um, and then so that the clinicians also have the option to schedule in themselves, not just the office manager. Um, Bringing the old schedule in was a big one too, but they said they'll figure it out if that's not possible. Um, and then another great feature would be if like a change is made, a change is made to their schedule, a notification just letting them know, um, especially if it's kind of like a day before addition, um, so they're not missing any patients.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, that's about it. One that doesn't crash all the time.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, let me show you what we've got. So our system is all cloud-based. So your managers will access it online to create schedules, to manage schedules, to even manipulate or change schedules. Employees will have access to their calendars or their schedules through a mobile app and through a browser-based portal. So
Okay.
whenever the schedules are published, whether that's once a day, once a week, once a month, um, there's a bunch of different notifications that the employees themselves have control over. so they can choose in what form they get notified and for what reasons they get notified.
Okay.
Okay. In the scheduling software itself, the way that it's designed to work is each employee is going to be classified, whether it's by department or group or by location, and we basically tell the system who this employee is. So what's their job title, what's their description, what areas are they qualified and able to work in? Do we need to track any qualifications or certifications so that the system is aware and we don't, schedule any out of date or unlicensed staff members for particular shifts? Do you deal at all with minors or alcohol? I'm going to say no, but I still like to ask.
No,
Okay.
we work with kids, but um, yeah,
Okay.
just working with people with diabetes.
Okay. And the reason I ask is the system is designed to accept rules. So we go in
Mhm.
there and we tell the system for each individual staff member, what 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 are the most hours that they can work in a day? What are the most hours that they can work in a week? There's also rules for certifications and minors, so that if the manager is publishing the schedule and let's say that staff member's about to hit overtime or they're not qualified, an alert will pop up and the manager can override that alert, but at least it's going to bring, that alert to his attention. So
Okay.
that's the way that our system is designed to work. It's very user friendly. It's very robust. So really it's just finding out if this is the best system for you. Okay. So what I'll show you first is how the employees interact with the system.
Okay.
So on your screen right now, you're going to see that we've got access to an employee login, an employee portal. Okay. So what's going to
Mhm.
happen is as employees log into their portal, they are going to have a schedule area where they can see their published schedule. So we're near the end of the week, so my weekly schedule is just going to show me what I'm doing today and if I'm scheduled tomorrow. Okay. We've also got the
Okay.
calendar up here that as the days I'm scheduled, it's going to be highlighted in blue. Okay. Now there's a few things that we can do for the employees themselves. Do you guys ever deal with shift swapping or dropping shifts, or do you ever have open shifts available that your employees can pick up?
Uh, well, it wouldn't be that they're picking them up, but they would have open shifts sometimes, or open time slots to see patients.
Okay.
Um,
So the way that our system can work is you mentioned self-scheduling. So how
mhm.
the self-scheduling can work is once we identify who the clinicians are, where they're allowed to work, where they're certified to work, we can create templates. So similar to what you see down here. So this assembly production manager is working a 6 a.m. to a 3 p.m. shift. So what we can do is we can create shifts and then we can send all those open shifts out to each one of the clinicians available for that week or for the month, and they can go and select which open time slots each day they would prefer to work. And what they would do is they would pick up these shifts. So rather than a manager saying, hey, on Thursday you're working 3 to 11, next Friday you're working 6 to 2, I can come in here and I can see all the different shifts available for those days, and I can select the different options available to me.
So is it only shifts that it's showing, or is there so what our appointments are is they'll have like 3 hour appointments with a patient or 1 hour appointments with a patient. Um, and that's really how we do our scheduling, not necessarily shifts.
Sure. So there's two ways to design a schedule, right? You've got your shift based and then you've got like your job based.
Mhm.
So our system is designed around shifts, right? But it doesn't mean that it can't be used in the way that you need to use it. So if I shift gears here for a moment, and if I bring you to your manager's portal. So this is where your managers and your supervisors are going to work. This is the dashboard here. So I can see all my days up here, and you can see that it does tell me about my shifts. So our system is designed to be a shift-based scheduling program, but it's not limited to shifts. So if I go to my scheduler here, and I actually want to create a schedule, there's a couple different ways that we can create it. So you've got all of your employees on the left-hand side. And then as I mentioned, we can separate them out and group them by department, by title, by seniority, by tenure. So that way, if we want to create a group schedule for my prep workers, and then I need to move on to my bakers, they're all separated out. Okay. So the first way that I can create a schedule is I can click on any day and I can name that schedule. So you could put in the name of the client itself, if I could type, and then you could put in a start time and a stop time. And then I could save and close, and that's going to be populated on that specific day for Adam Hunsaker here.
Okay. And you can do that multiple times?
You sure can. I can also copy and paste this over to the next day if I need to. And I can just highlight multiple days if I want to input that same schedule onto the same day. Okay, so that's two ways that we can create the schedule. Okay, it's just quickly and easily select the block on the time, label that shift or that block of time, and then put in the start and stop time, and then throw that block of time on the calendar. Okay, now as we do that, employees can be notified. Okay, so if they're not picking up their own shifts and they're just viewing their schedule here, what they're able to do is they can actually click into the system itself here and get a further out view of what they're scheduled. If they want to pick up a shift or schedule themselves on a specific day, they'll be able to see what open shifts are available that are open to them. So the self-scheduling may not work for you guys because it's based off of clients, right? Patients coming in. Another cool thing that they can do is they can set their preferences. So if managers are creating their schedules, your clinicians can go in there and say, Monday through Friday, here are the best hours I can work. Here are some hours that I have conflicts with. If they get scheduled on a day where they have a conflict, an alert will pop up and let the manager know. Okay. And then of course, the employees get to control how they're notified. So we do both text message and emails, and they just select for which actions do they want to be notified by the system. So each time a brand new schedule is published, send me a text message. If a supervisor changes or modifies my shift and it affects me personally, send me a text or an email. Okay. So the biggest thing we need to find out, if I come into here, is do you see this type of scheduling platform work? So is it similar to what the manager is using now? Or is she using more of a template based, or is she just all manually creating it once she gets a list of the patients for the day?
Yeah, I mean, I think that this system sounds great. The only thing I'm worried about is the shift basis, since they are scheduling everything through individual appointments.
Correct. And in your
So,
searches, that's the two type of systems that you'll see. You'll see that it's either shift based or it's the opposite and it's work based, right? I'm able to come up here and say, I've got this project or this patient, and here's how long that patient is, and I'm going to throw it on a specific day.
right.
Right? So
Yeah.
I did record this. I can send it to you. You can show it to your office manager, and
Hmm.
see what she says. If she wants to see more, we can schedule another time to talk and we can go a little bit deeper. But
Okay.
I don't want to waste any more of your time or her time if you don't think that the shift-based option is the best way to go.
Yeah, that would be awesome if I could show her this recording and
Yeah.
get her opinion, and
Yeah.
then we'll get back to you.
Yeah, let me send you this recording. I'll send you some pricing and just another video that kind of takes a different look at it. And yeah, let me know how you'd like to move forward.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Nate.
Oh, thanks, Kathryn. Have a nice day.
Yep, you too.
Okay, bye.